Hello everyone, this is episode 3 of the presidential D&D campaign. We can finally get started on the actual journey and story now. But first, does one of you want to give a quick recap of the last episode?
I'm sure I will. Last episode, I got tasked to search for the Shard of Amara by the Wizard Council. I talked with Edwin the Wizard, and he sent me on my way. Then in the city square, I met Obama's character Apollo, who was searching for the thief who stole his lyre. We tracked him through a couple of alleys before Joe's character, Thorne, tripped the thief and Apollo got his lyre back. Then Bill's character, Soren, joined us, who's friends with Thorne. Then we figured out that we're all headed to Eldoria, so we said we would travel together. Then we got supplies for the journey, then set off out of the city of Arcanum.
Wow, he actually gave an accurate recap and didn't take all the credit. I'm shocked, honestly.
Anyways, Nat, do you want to explain to the viewers how you had us tweak our characters?
Yes, I was just thinking about that. I had each of them tweak their characters to where it fits each of their races and classes the best. I wanted to tweak them before they set off.
We plan on episodes being longer now that introductions are out of the way. Unless we get feedback about wanting shorter episodes, then we can just break up sessions into smaller episodes.
Alright, anything to add or do we want to jump right in?
Let's get going.
Alright, you all exit the city of Arcanum and begin your journey to Eldoria. Merlin Nightshade, Apollo Whisperwind, Thorne Wildwood, and Soren Fireheart. You all make your way down a dirt road that leads to a fork. The left leads to a town called Palmyra, and the right keeps on going. What do you do?
I don't think we need to stop by Palmyra, so I say we continue on.
Wait, how far away is Palmyra? And is it faster to travel that way to Eldoria?
Palmyra is a couple days' journey, and yes, going through Palmyra would be the fastest route to Eldoria.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but good catch, Bill.
Thanks, Donald. I figured there was a reason she pointed that out.
Yeah, because the other way would have added about 3 days to your already long journey to Eldoria. Because the right path takes you up and around a mountain.
Damn, Nat almost got us from the start.
Anyways, Nat, we head towards Palmyra.
As you all head down the path towards Palmyra, you come into a forest with huge towering trees with thick trunks that surround you. Which one of you is leading the way?
I am, of course. I, Merlin the Brave, is leading these three liberals.
All right, Merlin the Brave, give me a perception check.
Ah, shit, here we go.
19 plus 3, so that's a 22, Nat.
Damn okay. Merlin with a roll of 22, you notice rope traps that will snag your ankles and pull you up in the trees. Additionally, with a roll of 22, you also notice 3 individuals in the trees, as if they're waiting on someone.
Can I make out who they are?
The figures are dressed in all black with masks covering their faces, so no.
Maybe they're in the Halloween spirit.
Joe, I seriously doubt that.
While you all are talking, one of them fires a crossbow at Merlin. What's your armor class, Merlin?
My armor class is 13.
Ooh, you're lucky I rolled a 3. Merlin, as you're talking, an arrow from one of the figures bounces off a nearby rock. I'm going to now have everyone roll for initiative.
I got a 21.
I got a 17.
I got a 15.
I got a measly 5.
Sounds like a skill issue, Barack.
At least I don't whine and say the dice are rigged like you do.
All right, fellas. Anyways, the enemy's got the following rolls, 20, 14, and 3. So the initiative order will go Thorne, enemy 1, Merlin, Soren, enemy 2, Apollo, then enemy 3. So, Thorne, you're up.
How far away is the closest enemy, Nat?
Enemy 1 is about 10 feet above you.
All right, Nat, I cast Thunderwave at him. The Constitution save is 13.
And he rolled a 12. Roll damage.
With Thunderwave being 2d8. I rolled a 6 on one and a 7 on the other. So a total of 13.
All right, Thorne, you absolutely obliterate enemy 1, giving him a one-way ticket to meet his ancestors. How do you want it to go down?
Oh, I look at my friends and say my other side job is cremation. Then I launch the massive Thunderwave at him, turning him to nothing but ashes.
Nice. All right, Merlin, you're up.
All right, Nat, I look at enemy 2 and cast Firebolt. With my plus 5, that's a 20 to hit, Nat.
That hits. Roll for damage.
That's 8 damage, Nat.
All right, how do you want it to go down? I'm going to have to make enemies tougher.
I look at Thorne and say, maybe we could start a cremation service. Then I cast the Firebolt at enemy 2.
Seeing his companions get obliterated in a matter of seconds. Enemy 3 tosses his crossbow and says,
Hey man, maybe we can work something out?
Who are you and why did you all attack us?
To be honest, we're a group of bandits. I need some extra gold to pay off a debt, so we started doing this. It was either that or our heads.
You see how well that worked for your buddies?
What do you think we should do, guys?
Well, he'd be stupid to try to cross us again. I say we spare him.
You know what, Apollo, I agree.
Merlin, are you okay?
Yes, I am, Apollo. I just think he might be of some use later.
So there's the actual motive.
Remember, I'm a druid. If you cross us again or rob other people, I will hunt you down like the vermin you are.
Understood, sir, you have my word. Whatever that may mean to you all, I am grateful you guys are showing me pity. I won't forget this.
What is your name, young man?
The name is Marek Talman.
All right, Marek, don't make us regret our generosity, or there will be dire consequences.
I understand.
He says before heading off into the forest, leaving his crossbow behind intentionally as he walks right past it and doesn't pick it up.
I wonder if that crossbow is any good.
I don't know. Let's have a look at it.
Nat, I go up and have a look at it.
All right, Thorne, you look over the crossbow. It would make a good backup crossbow, but I definitely wouldn't rely on it with how crudely it's made.
We might keep this as a backup, but I wouldn't rely on this thing.
All right, I say we keep moving towards Palmyra.
So I have to ask Thorne and you as well, Apollo, how did you all not remember that going through Palmyra was shorter?
Honestly, I used to come by ship, so traveling across the lands is new to me.
And for me, I've only been to Eldoria a handful of times to pre-form, and usually I rode along with people.
All right, I was just curious.
Anyways, Nat, we continue on towards Palmyra.
As you all move towards Palmyra, you get the feeling as if you're being watched. Even though nothing happens every time you jump around thinking someone is behind you.
I really don't like this. Does anyone else get the feeling we're being watched?
Whoever it is, they're probably just admiring my greatness.
Right, that's totally what they're probably doing, and totally not plotting anything against us.
You are jumping to conclusions. It could be Marak watching over us in case something happens. Maybe he'd get a chance to repay us for sparing his life.
You know, Apollo does have a point. Anyways, Nat, we continue on towards Palmyra.
All right, you all make your way to a swamp. A slight fog lays over the area. The sounds of croaking frogs and splashes of water surround you. Some chirping birds are also heard. One bird swooping down, grabbing a fish in its talons for supper.
Keep your eyes peeled, boys. Swamps usually aren't very friendly.
You all start hearing the sounds of an animal wailing as if it's in pain. Thorne, give me an insight check.
Oh, with my +3, that's a 5, Nat.
All right, with a roll of 5, you hear the sound of a dog wailing in pain. It's not too far away. What do?
We've got to go help that dog.
Wait, there's got to be some sort of trap here, Nat, about how far away is the sound?
A couple 100 feet through thick swamp shrubbery. You can't see the source from where you're at.
It could be a trap, but what if it is a dog in severe pain?
Use your head, Apollo. Why would someone's dog be in a swamp out in the middle of nowhere?
Merlin has a point, Apollo. It could be a hag mimicry. They can mimic the sounds of animals and humanoids.
It sounds like you have firsthand experience with this.
I do, unfortunately. Hags are the reason I don't like going to swamps.
All right, Nat, is there any way to get closer to see what's there?
Give me a stealth check.
That's a natural 20, baby. And with my +2, that brings it to 22.
All right, with a stealth check of 22, Apollo, you manage to sneak through the shrubbery and lay eyes on a hag's hut. It's only a few 100 feet from the rest of the group. With your roll, you manage to sneak back to your group also undetected.
Great, it is a hag's hut. Her hut is a few 100 feet that way. I say pointing in the direction of the hut.
Great, here we go again.
We ought to try to find ways around her hut.
I say we give that hag a ticket to the sticks.
Whatever we do, we need to have a plan. Hags aren't stupid.
I agree, and I'm certain she is aware someone is in her swamp, judging by her mimicking the injured dog.
I say we sneak up and get our bearings of the situation.
I'm going to need you all to roll stealth checks.
I rolled a 17.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled a 20.
I rolled a 13.
All right, so the hag's perception is 14. So the four of you sneak up to the hag's hut when Soren's foot steps on a stick. The snapping of the stick alerts the hag to your location. I'm going to need everyone to roll for initiative.
So much for avoiding the hag. I rolled a 17.
I rolled a 23.
I rolled a measly 3.
That's because you don't have the skill King Merlin has.
What skill? It's literally based on dice rolls.
Anyways, before we get carried away, I got a 3 as well. Soren can go ahead of me.
All right, and the hag got a 10. So the initiative order will go Merlin, Apollo, Hag, Soren, then Thorne. So Merlin, you're up.
All right, I'm going to cast Firebolt at her. Yeah, that's a 20 to hit.
That hits roll for damage.
That's a natural 1 on damage, Nat.
All right, Merlin, you stick your hand out and launch a bolt of fire at the hag. As you do, your foot sinks into the swampy mud, just enough to throw off your aim. Instead of making a direct hit, it grazes her cheek, leaving some scorch marks on her cheek.
I'm still thinking Natalie is in cahoots with the fake news media and they rigged my dice.
Not this shit again. Anyways, it's your turn, Apollo.
All right, Nat, I'm going to cast Thunderwave. The con save is 13.
All right, and she rolled a 4. Roll for damage.
That's 10 damage, Nat.
All right, Apollo, you let out a massive burst of energy that slams into the hag. With that, it is now the hag's turn. Apollo the hag comes at you and slashes at you with her claws. She rolled a 2 to hit, so I know that doesn't hit. She takes a swing at you, but you manage to react fast enough to swat her hand away. With that, Soren, it is your turn.
All right, Nat, I'm going to cast Burning Hands. Dex save is 13.
All right, she rolled an 18 to dodge. Soren, as you shoot the flames from your hand, the hag quickly dodges out of the way. Thorn, you're up.
I'm going to come at her with my scimitar. That's a 23 to hit and 4 damage.
All right, Thorn, you slash at the hag with your scimitar and slash her in the arm. Merlin, it's back to you. All right, so I just caught a mistake I made with Burning Hands. Soren, give me 3d6 rolls, then divide it by half.
I rolled a total of 11, so half of that would be 6.
All right, and since this was my mistake, I'll go ahead and add 3 points of damage, so a total of 9. All right, I apologize about that, Merlin. Now it's your turn.
All right, with that, I will be casting Burning Hands as well.
And she rolled a 5 on her dex save.
All right, that's 7 damage, Nat.
All right, Merlin, you cast flames from your hand and they crash into the hag, scorching her skin again. Apollo, you're up.
All right, I'm going at her with my rapier. Well, damn, that's a 7.
All right, Apollo, you slash at the hag with your rapier, but she quickly dodges it. Now that it's her turn, she's going to slash at you in return. She rolled a 12, so that's missed by 1, as your armor class is 13. Apollo, that hag takes a slash at your face, her claws missing by just a few centimeters. Soren, you're up.
All right, I'm going to cast Firebolt at her. That's a 23 to hit and 5 damage, Nat.
All right, you cast a scorching bolt of fire at the hag, hitting her in the side. Thorn, it's your turn.
I'm coming at her again with my scimitar. That's a 20 to hit and 3 damage.
All right, Thorn, you slash at the hag, grazing her a bit. All right, Merlin, back to you.
All right, I'm going with Firebolt again. That's 10 damage, Nat.
All right, you once again scorch the hag in the side. This time the blow hits her hard. All right, Apollo, you're up.
I'm going to cast Thunderwave. This is also my last spell slot.
And she rolled a 12 on her con save.
All right, that's 14 damage, Nat.
All right, Apollo, you let out a burst of energy that hits her hard and throws her back.
I'm also going to use Bardic Inspiration as my bonus action.
All right, it is her turn, and she's going to strike at Thorn with her claws. That's an 18 to hit, and 15 points of slashing damage.
Damn, I'm down. This lady just one-hit wondered me. 1 hit and I'm wondering what just happened.
Soren, it's your turn.
All right, I'm casting Firebolt. That's a 22 to hit and... Damn, only 3 damage.
If she gets another turn, we could be screwed.
You cast a firebolt at the hag, and it grazes her fairly hard for her condition. She is starting to look weakened. All right, Merlin, back to you.
All right, this is my last spell slot, so I hope this hits. I'm casting Burning Hands. Dex save is 13.
Ooh, she rolled a 17, so she only takes half damage.
Well, this might be the shortest presidential D&D campaign in existence, and we might be going down to an old hag. Anyways, I rolled a 12, so divided in half, that's 6 damage.
All right, Merlin, your firebolt hits the hag hard. She's looking even more weakened now. Apollo, you're up.
All right, I'm attacking with my rapier. That's a 20 to hit and 7 damage.
You slash at the hag, slicing her open in the stomach. She stumbles around, extremely weakened, but poses for one more attack. I'm going to have her roll with disadvantage since she's extremely injured. She rolled a 3. As she slashes towards Apollo, she loses her footing and falls onto her back. Unable to get up, she looks at you 3.
Yes, my pretty, finish me. Especially before they return. I would be gone by then if I were you, especially if...
She says, taking a long look at Merlin.
Ah, yes, especially you. I would get as far away from here as possible before she gets here.
I look at the hag and say, who's they and who's the woman who's hunting me or whatever you're implying. But
The old hag lets out a dying sigh before she could answer that question.
damn, as I ponder on it, I turn and have Thorn drink a healing potion, making him swallow it.
All right, I'll allow it, though. I'm not entirely sure that's how they work.
All right, that's a total of seven hit points restored. We need to get out of here and find a place to rest, especially before whoever gets here.
I get up. Man, that lady hits hard.
Nat, we make our way out of there as fast as possible.
All right, I'll say you guys are able to make your way out of the swamp. After traveling a ways out of the swampy area, you eventually find a place you can take a long rest.
All right, Nat, we set up camp for the night or whatever time it is.
All right, you all get your camp set up and relax. The evening breeze sounds like ocean waves through the tree leaves.
What a day, boys. I still wonder who that hag was referring to. Especially the woman she hinted to that seems to be after Merlin for some reason.
I know I can't stop thinking about it. Whoever it is, I bet they want what the Wizard Council tasked me to find.
You know, that could explain why we felt like we were being watched earlier. What if whoever they are, they're still watching us? We'll have to constantly watch our backs and each other's backs.
Anyways, let's get some rest. I'll take first watch.
All right, Nat, we all take our long rest.
All right, you all sleep soundly and undisturbed throughout the night. That's going to have to do it for this session. Any closing thoughts, guys?
Yes, I was thinking about how glad I am that the old hag got bad dice rolls. You went from telling us you needed to beef up enemies in the first encounter to nearly killing us 5 minutes later.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Anyways, we should probably wrap this up.
We all hope everyone has a great night or day.
Thank you for watching.
And I'm going to get some ice cream now.
Seriously, Joe, no one cares about your ice cream addiction. I figured you were going to tell the viewers to have a good one or something.
Since he didn't, I will. Have a good one, everyone.